Welcome to this VCF Operations 9.1 Certificate Management demonstration. VCF Operations 9.1 introduces a number of new enhancements for certificate management. We start on the VCF Operations homepage. Next to the VCF Overview tab, we can click the Launchpad. The Launchpad contains direct links to access and manage core VCF functions, and we can see certificates as listed here on the top left-hand tile. Certificate management can also be accessed from the Manage menu, and we can see certificates listed as part of VCF Fleet Management. Certificate management in VMware Cloud Foundation automates and simplifies the lifecycle of TLS digital certificates across your entire private cloud fleet. It provides a single dashboard to view health, track renewals, configure certificate authorities, and manage security across all infrastructure and management endpoints. The dashboard provides a centralized view of all of your certificates for your VCF management components and infrastructure components. With the VCF management component selected in the left pane, we can quickly view resources for VCF management components. These are component FQDNs, certificate status, certificate type, upcoming expiry dates, whether or not they're configured for auto-renewal, and certificate category types such as TLS or root certificates. VCF management components include VCF automation, the identity broker, VCF operations, log management, VCF operations for networks, and VCF services runtime. Admins can also use the built-in filtering options to find and view certificate information by expanding certificate categories and selecting one or more filters, and then selecting the Apply button. From the dashboard, admins can also view and filter VCF infrastructure components in the same way. Infrastructure components include vCenter, NSX, ESX, and SDDC Manager. VCF Operations 9.1 also includes certificate and password management for the RV Load Balancer and VCF Operations HCX instances, assuming they are all running version 9.1 or newer. Certificate information can be viewed at both an instance level and they can be viewed at a workload domain level by clicking down to the individual vCenter instance. New to VCF Operations 9.1 is the ability to add standalone vCenter instances outside of VCF for certificate management. By following the workflow, standalone environments running vCenter 8 Update 3 and ESX 8 Update 3 and above can be integrated into the VCF Operations Fleet instance for management. VCF Operations is configured with an adapter which can be downloaded from the Solution Center Marketplace. VCF Operations provides the ability to configure a certificate authority. For VCF 9.1, CAs are configured at a fleet level. By replacing the local VMCA with a subordinate or external CA, admins can ensure all internal traffic is encrypted with certificates that are part of the organizational trust chain. VCF 9.1 supports using a Microsoft CA or Openssl for both VCF management components and VCF instance components. This now means VCF operations workflows for generating certificate signing requests, replacing certificates with a signed CA certificate, and configuring auto-renewal can now be used for any core VCF component. In this example, we can see that configuring Openssl is very quick. VCF includes its own Openssl service. Next, we'll navigate down to the VCF instance level, and we'll show an example of replacing a VMCA for vCenter with a CA signed certificate. We'll expand the view to see how the TLS certificate is configured, and then select to generate a CSR, a certificate signing request. We'll configure our inputs and then simply click the Generate button. Once generated, we can then select the drop-down option to replace the configured CA certificate. Then select Openssl. We then click to understand the caution message and we proceed with the operation. An admin can view the task details while the operation is taking place or once it has completed. Returning to the Manage tab and the VCF instance level, we then look to perform a bulk operation, which is new to VCF Operations 9.1. Certificate signing requests, certificate renewals, and certificate import operations can all be performed in bulk in a single action, saving time and further streamlining certificate management. Renewing certificates, for example, is a separate type of operation to importing certificates. From the filter menu, we can easily find and select multiple ESX instances and then further filter for TLS certificates and hit the Apply button. We will then select all 4 ESX hosts and perform the same set of operations to generate CSRs for all 4 ESX hosts, and then replace with configured CA certificates. When selecting multiple components at once for a bulk operation, VCF Operations commences performing the requests one at a time in sequence. Each component operation is performed in isolation sequentially, not at the same time. This is to avoid system instability issues while retrust operations between dependent components are being performed. And when refreshing the browser, we can now see each VMCA has been replaced with Openssl. VCF Operations also allows admins to renew certificates from the console. Bulk operations are also supported. An easier approach to performing certificate renewals is to activate auto renewal. By activating this feature, you simply select your VCF components and then click the toggle to activate auto renewal. Then click Confirm. Auto renewal can also be deactivated for components just as easily if this is required. VCF components can also be configured to use an external third-party CA outside of a Microsoft CA or Openssl. For organizations using third-party external CAs, VCF Operations acts as an orchestration engine to generate certificate signing requests, download, and import the return certificates, all without the need for manual command line intervention on every individual host. This concludes our demonstration on certificate management in VCF 9.1.